plaintiff, Judy McKay, says the defendant is her niece, and she fears she's fallen back into her drug addiction. Judy insists the defendant's witness told her that the defendant was spending her money on drugs, and she's suing her today for an unpaid loan. Defendant Jamie Bradford admits that she was a cocaine addict and that she spent 2 years in prison for selling Xanax, but insists she sobered up before prison and remained clean after she got pregnant. Jamie's countersuing because she claims Judy threatened her online.
Start with you.
All right, Your Honor. I love Jamie. She's my niece by marriage, but I love her like she was my blood niece, if not more than I do my regular nieces. I would do almost anything in the world for her. I've always helped her as much as I can. But I'm scared.
She's showing her how court works.
That's right. Teaching her the law.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But my biggest fear that Jamie is back in her addiction, because I've had several people, even her girlfriend,
But tell me about the previous addiction. Sit up, Jamie. Stand up. You make me believe her. Go ahead. Laying all out, nodding. Sit up straight.
Okay, well, a couple of years ago, Jamie was arrested for a C felony for a controlled substance. And
What's the drug of choice?
My drug of choice was cocaine. I was arrested for dealing Xanax.
Okay. Go ahead.
my biggest concern, Jamie is a sweet person when she's not using. She's awesome.
Did she go to rehab?
No. Not that I know of.
I did go through classes in prison. I went to prison, and I'm not on drugs. I had a baby, and I've changed. I'm going to school, which is what started the split between her relationship and mine. Is when I was staying with her when I got pregnant, and the partying had to stop. So I wasn't coming home, and she got mad at me. And when I was home, I was staying in my room because it was always partying, and I had to stop that.
She was always partying?
Yes, and that's where the frustration between the two of us started, is because I couldn't party anymore.
So you were addicted to cocaine?
It's been years.
While you were staying with her?
No. I never used while I stayed with her. No, I got pregnant right after I started staying with her.
Okay.
Yeah, and I stopped drinking.
Okay.
She likes to drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're saying you started school when?
June 10th.
Good. And how long have you been free from drugs? Or when you came home from prison, or when you went into prison?
The last time I used was June 6, 2000. I think 10.
Was that before or after prison?
That was before prison.
Mm-hmm. When were you released?
March 27th.
12? Okay. You did 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
For the dealing Xanax.
What was the amount?
Well, originally I got a 4-year sentence.
Mm-hmm.
I did 6 months, and I got 3 years probation, and I didn't have a license.
What amount?
There was 13 pills.
13 pills, you got 4 years?
Wow. Yes.
And you were addicted to drugs?
I was addicted to cocaine.
And they gave you 4 years in prison?
Yes, and drug
Is that all you had? There's 13 pills on it? No, they didn't catch you with drugs at home or a conspiracy on the phone or nothing?
No.
What city is that?
LaPorte.
LaPorte, is that Indiana?
Indiana.
Okay, yeah, they're a tough town. But that's a tough sentence, 4 years for 13 pills. What do they cost, like $5 a pill?
They were $2.
Okay, you laugh $2. You laugh now, but the people need to know that there's some unfair sentencing out there. 'Cause that was totally unfair. You should have gotten rehabilitation and probation, where every month they check your urine, require you to go and get your education, a skilled trade, and or employment, and just keep checking on you, even if the probation was 4 years. That's horrible that you would get 4 years unless you're not telling me the truth. That
No,
sounds very disproportionate to the crime. So what else you want me to know before we get to the loan? You said you think she's had a relapse. Why?
Why? Because her girlfriend here has came to my house and told me and my roommate that Jamie had spent her money on drugs.
How recent was that?
This was in July.
That's not true.
Well, let's ask her. You want to stand, ma'am? And she made reference to you. State your name.
Felicia Kraus.
Did you do that? Did you
No, I did not. There was conversations between me and Judy, but never anything
How
about
did the
Jamie
conversations
using
come up?
drugs. We were drinking together, and me and Jamie had split up at that point, but there was never any conversations.
Had
of her
they broken
using-
up?
Yes, Your Honor. Here's a
They
statement.
had broken up?
Yes.
But she lying on her. She's saying anything she can to make her look bad. What do you have there?
A statement from my roommate.
This woman hadn't relapsed. She looks like she's doing the right thing. Just started school in June. Felicia had told Judy that Jamie got her money and spent it on drugs. All right. Let's get to your claim, ma'am, the $500 loan.
Okay. Jamie and I had talked previously that she wanted to go back to school because I'm back in school.
Good.
Yes, I used to, an alcoholic. I did my time in prison. They gave me 8 years for habitual and 4 years for revocation of probation to work release. So I did my 8 years in state prison in Indiana. They went to work release. I did rehab.
What was your original crime?
It was my second habitual
For what?
DUI.
You
So
had
they-
to do something other than 2 or 3 drinking and driving.
No, it was my second habitual. I've had previous DUIs all through my lifetime.
Right, like 6.
Probably more than 6.
Oh, okay.
Probably more than 6.
And she
I'm not gonna lie.
continues to drink and drive.
You know what I mean?
And you still do?
No, I live next door to a bar. When do I need to drive?
She still drinks and drives.
You know?
Because there's other places to go other than the bar, in which case you would drive.
No, you're
So it makes sense that if you live next to the bar, you go and walk over to the bar, you get smashed at the bar, you walk back home, and then you think you can go out and drive. That's why. When did she borrow the money and when was she to repay it?
Okay, she borrowed the money on May 25th, 2013. And she was supposed to repay it. I have June down here that she signed. Here's a promissory note.
Let's see it, please.
But, Your Honor.
Hold on, ma'am. And she hasn't repaid?
No.
All right, ma'am, let me hear from you.
I started school on June 10th. So there's no way that she knew there was no way I was going to get the money on that day.
Well, you knew also, so why did
Well,
you sign it?
I didn't think it was going to come to this, and I intended on paying her back. That's what the
Why haven't you?
Before I was even close to me getting the money, she started texting me and sending me messages on Facebook threatening me for no reason, and
What
I
month?
tried to tell her.
What month?
In June.
That's your counterclaim, harassment. You began harassing her in June?
No, I did not. She
Yes.
blocked me from
Exactly.
Facebook.
That's why I blocked her.
But I have,
Yeah, why would she
That's
do
why I
that?
blocked her.
because right here's the text messages that we had, and there was nothing of me threatening to whip her.
Yeah.
Why
those
would she?
messages
Why
right
did
there?
she block you then?
Because I wanted my money.
Because she was
Okay.
threatening me. She had people looking for me and trying to get them to tell her where I was so she could come
Serve
me
you
out.
with the claim. With the
No,
small
not
claims.
serve
I
me with the
needed an
claim.
address
That was
for the
before
To serve
she
her.
even
serve her.
filed. That was before she even filed. She had done that. That's why I have her here with me. She told her.
Security?
No,
I thought this was your mate.
not as security, as my witness. Because she made these statements
I
to
thought you
her.
said she was threatening you, and that's why you have her here with
She
you.
made
Okay.
the statements to her. She did when we
You
were
want to come
separated.
up and tell me about the threats?
Well, one incident was Judy had told me that if Jamie didn't pay her, if she moved to Illinois, which she had planned on doing, that Judy's daughter was gonna beat her up when she got
That's
there.
not true, Your Honor.
Judy got mad at me one night because I had went out drinking, and Jamie had came where I was, and Judy got mad because I didn't call her so she can come fight her.
All right, but did she
it's
directly
all-
threaten her? That's what I need to
Yeah,
hear.
I've
Yeah.
seen.
I need
Through
to hear that.
Facebook.
I've seen the messages on the Facebook.
And on
Did you
my
keep
phone,
them?
when I blocked her, it deleted it.
Ma'am, you have something
She
you wanted
has-
to show me. What do you have?
Yes.
She has messages, but you can go in and delete one message or two messages, and then it'll show, you can take some of them out. You can delete some of the messages and not the whole thread.
And you use your Facebook on your phone?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, our last conversation was June 30th. But, Your Honor, back to what she was saying that my daughter, I was going to have my daughter whoop my niece Jamie when she moved to Southern Illinois. I have 2 daughters in federal prison. Why would I jeopardize my daughter that has 5 children to go to jail?
That's some jailbirds.
But I'm just saying, Your Honor,
What are your 2 daughters in prison for? Ma'am, what are
for
they?
manufacturing meth.
Okay. Sorry to hear that.
Me too.
You must have slipped up and gave me this one without intending to. You said, have my cash on the 10th or be ready to get popped. No threat, it's a promise. Popped how?
Popped.
Yeah.
No.
With the warrant for body attachment.
warrant.
It says for body attachment. You know when you don't pay your small
Yeah,
claims, they put a body
they cut your body parts off. That's what you're saying. You gonna pop her?
No, it's for a body attachment.
No,
You're ready
that's
to get
not what
popped
she
for a
meant.
body attachment.
She also told me
through
that
the courts.
She also told me that I better keep my sister close.
Is that in here?
No,
Oh, it's not?
no.
Oh, you deleted that one too?
Whatever, you're drunk and being a B, so there's no talking to you.
Yep.
I'm not granting you any harassment. You all are going back and forth with this nonsense. All right, ma'am, I'll grant you your $500. She admits to owing it and not having paid, and I'll dismiss your claim for harassment, ma'am. You've not proven to me that she has created a genuine fear for your safety. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Judgment for the plaintiff.
I'm hoping since this is over that Jamie and I can rebuild our relationship because I really do love her.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't appreciate being talked to the way I was, and I just, I don't know.
Well, it works both ways, honey. You know what I mean?
I didn't threaten you, and I tried to
threaten you
explain to
either.
you. Okay.